this video, I'm going to show you how to create spelling tests using quizzes in Netschool. To get started, you want to make sure you're in your course, and you're going to first create a category for your spelling word questions. So you're going to go over to Administration. You're going to go down where it says Question Bank, and you're going to choose Categories. So right now you're seeing the default categories. You're going to go down to the bottom and create a new category, and we're going to call it spelling words. And I'm going to choose add category. And now I can see it's created as a default for 5th grade language arts. The next step will be creating your quiz questions. So I'm going to go back to administration, and I'm going to go down to questions. Right now, you don't have any questions in your spelling word category, so we're going to create our first spelling word question. You're going to have some options for the type of question to add, and we're going to choose short answer. I'm going to title my question name whatever my spelling word is going to be, because that's what's going to show up to me as the teacher as what word, so I can associate the words. So let's say that the first spelling word is going to be cat. So I'm going to name the question cat, and down here I'm going to type in the question text. This is what I want the kids to do. So I'm going to tell them to listen to the recording and enter the correct, or enter the spelling word into the blank, in the blank. So now I have my question text. The next step will be adding my recording. To create a recording, you can use any app on your phone and then create a Dropbox folder and share them, or you have an audio recorder on your computer, which if you need questions on how to use that, just let me know and I'll help you with that you can create quick audio recordings. I just used an app that was on my computer and I saved it. So I'm going to go ahead and insert it. So I'm going to find it, and I saved mine to my desktop just for quick purposes, and I titled it cat, so all the naming is consistent and it makes it easy for you as the teacher to find all of these files to match up with the appropriate words. So I'm going to hit choose, and then next I'm going to hit upload this file. And when I hit play, I can preview it. Cat. Cat. So what you just heard is what the student will hear when they hit play. And I'm going to go ahead and hit insert. Now you get to the part of setting the question up. You can give the students general feedback, or you don't have to give them feedback. That's going to be up to you. The next piece is case sensitivity. Now for proper nouns, for example, if their spelling word was Texas, then yes, the case must match. But in the case of cat, you may want to just keep it no, case is unimportant. So for the answer, I'm going to type in the correct spelling of cat. And I'm going to choose the grade as 100. So if they type cat in, they will get full credit for that spelling word. Again, you have the option to go in and add feedback. So you could add feedback that if they spelled cat correctly, it said great job, or something along those lines. You also have the option of putting in non-answers. So I could spell cat K-A-T. And their grade would be none. They wouldn't get any points, but the benefit here is you could give them feedback, kind of a hint to help them get guide to the correct answer. But I am not going to do that in this case. So once I've entered my answer, I'm going to hit Save Changes. Oh, and you may note here it has multiple tries. You can set it so that they can keep trying until they get it correct. So that's going to be up to you. And I'm going to choose Save Changes. And I would recommend in the beginning, go ahead and put all of your quiz questions in first, or your spelling words in first. So let's say your first spelling test, the kids have 5. I would continue to add them to this one. So then maybe in a couple weeks, you want to go back and review CAT again. You already have that in your quiz bank and you can pull it back out again. So now that I've entered my first spelling word, and again, you'll want to do the same process. So continue to hit create a new question for all of the spelling words that you're going to want to utilize. And then you're going to go back into your course. And you can do that by clicking up here on your course name in the breadcrumb. So now that we have our category and our quiz questions, we need to create our first quiz. I'm not sure where you're going to decide to put those, if you're just going to have a topic section where it's just going to be spelling words, or you're going to do it weekly and put it in those weekly topic sections. But for now, I am going to just go ahead and put it here. So I'm going to select an activity, and I'm going to be choosing a quiz, and I'm going to hit add. And I'm going to title this maybe week 1 spelling test. And then you come to the fun part of choosing your settings. So with timing, you can choose when the quiz opens and when it closes, and you can give them a time limit. So if you're only giving them 5 questions and you want them to stay at a decent pace, you can set a time limit for how long they have to complete it. Next is going to be grade. Here's where you can choose how many attempts they can have, and that's going to be up to you if you want to allow multiple attempts, or you can just go ahead and give them 1. Next is going to be the layout. If you had multiple students taking the quiz at once, I may shuffle them randomly. That way they're all on a different question, and it just kind of helps with the integrity of the quiz. Next is going to be question behavior, and it says shuffle within questions. So yes, that's just going to shuffle everything up. Review options, this is going to be where they're getting some feedback, and you can choose when you want them to get that feedback and how much feedback you want them to get. Display, you can look over that and see if there's anything you want to change. If for some reason you wanted to allow extra attempts, but they had to come talk to you first and you wanted to give them a password, that would be an option as well. And then you can set overall feedback for the quiz. So if they make 100, you can say something along the lines, great job, you've shown evidence that you've mastered these spelling words. Or let's say that their grade boundary here is a 60, and maybe saying something along the lines of, you need to spend more time practicing your spelling words. Talk to me about an opportunity to retake this quiz. So that's up to you how you want to set up those feedback questions. Common module settings. Here's where you're going to go in and you're going to want to make sure you separate groups so that each class can be separated for grading purposes. And then grouping. This is where if you were creating a special quiz with simplified words for maybe your special education students or kids that needed more time, that have a some other type of accommodation, that would be something to look at. Once you have that done, you're going to hit save and return to course. And as you get used to doing this, it'll go really quickly for you. So now we've created the shell of our quiz, and we need to associate the questions that we added earlier to our spelling word category to this quiz. So to do that, you're going to click on your quiz, and you're going to go down to Edit Quiz. So once you're in this section, you're going to go over here and select a category. Well, we created a category of spelling words so that we could quickly and easily find those words that we want to utilize. And then it's going to show you a list right here. Right now we only have cat, but let's say you had 50. You could choose the words that you wanted to add. So I am going to click on cat, and then I'm going to click on the arrow, and that is going to add cat to my quiz. Now let's say I forgot to add one. I could quickly go in here and just hit add a question and go through that same process of associating that question with my spelling words category and then adding it to this quiz. You could also, if you wanted, add a random question, especially since these are spelling words. You could add it, and even if they've never seen it before, you could just not score it. It could just be something checking to see how far along they are with their spelling words. So that's kind of up to you. Once you have that done, up here at the top, maximum grade, so is 100. Right now we only have one question, so that one question would be weighted heavily. So once you have all of your questions added, it'll show you right here. You're going to go ahead and hit save. Now, once that's done, you can go up here and you can take a look at the order and paging, and you can choose to have one question per page, so the kids have to spell their word and then hit next, essentially save to go on to the next question, or you can have them all on the same page. So that's going to be up to you. So now when I go back to my course and I go down to my quiz, I can preview or attempt the quiz to see what the students will see. And I'm going to hit, it's telling me because I set it for one attempt, it's going to say number of attempts allowed. You're about to start a new attempt. Do you wish to proceed? This is what your students will see. And that will let them know that they're only getting one chance. If you had set it at unlimited or 5, 2, whatever you chose, it would notify the student so they were prepared. So I'm going to hit start attempt. And here's my first word. It has the directions that we put. Listen to the recording and enter the spelling word in the blank. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Cat. Cat. So I know that my students can hear the word and they would spell it and hit next. Now that once they've answered all of them, they'll submit all and finish, submit all and finish, and it gives them their results immediately. Now, had you gone in and put feedback, typed feedback for those grading thresholds, it would have also given them that information as well. And that is how you create a spelling test in Netschool.